Hey!
Hello!
Hey! Howdy!
Welcome, everyone. We are the Raconteur Society here once again to ruin your Tuesday evening.
Or not.
We're a gaggle of freaky friends and our geeks past our peaks, rolling dice for your amusement. And tonight we're going to throw down some more Deadlands Classic. Let's see. Announcements tonight. If you haven't gone and checked out the new Wizards shelf in Moline, you need to. Our friend Blaze and Hazy Witch have opened it at 1147 16th Avenue in Moline, Illinois. Go check it out. But anyway, we're playing Deadlands Classic tonight. Dale is running it for us, so I'm going to hand it on down to him to let you know what's going on.
Okay. So, Deadlands Classic, not Deadlands Reloaded. This is the old version. Okay, so now that everybody's got their chips, if you don't mind, we'll go ahead and pick up right where we left off.
I don't want to.
Okay. We'll pick up 2 days later. You're all dead.
Sweet.
You're all in the hospital.
That's how we made
There was
it.
a horrendous steam wagon wreck, and we all...
Yeah, you took a cab to the wrong end
We
of
weren't
town.
wearing our seatbelts, and then we flew out the windows.
Seatbelts? What's that?
That's $1 million deal.
We told you, we ain't got no ocean in the city of gloom.
Kelvin's got more money coming in again.
Okay, so the last we left off, you had tried to meet the guy who broke into the expedition or the Explorer Society presentation and take all the stuff. He apparently got hired by somebody that he met at the Workman's Inn, and you guys eventually went there and didn't see the guy, but you got into a bar brawl and took care of that. And after it was done, you guys decided to head back to the Grand Hotel and get some sleep because the train leaves tomorrow at noon. So you guys went back to the hotel, probably slept pretty fitfully because you had a pretty exciting day yesterday.
I got to roll for that.
Yes, you have night terrors, so go ahead and roll for that.
It's what, 2d6 or?
Let me see what it says about night terrors because it's been a while since we've used it.
And do we have a
your spirit.
conversation about my anger issues, right?
Yeah, probably. I imagine so.
Got a little crazy last game.
Yep.
Okay, Olaf, make a spirit check, target number of 9.
Spirit. So I get 4d6. This is total or take the highest die?
Highest die.
I only got a 5.
Okay.
-2 on everything.
Actually,
No?
-1 from all your aptitude and trait rolls the following day. The effects are cumulative for a maximum of 5 days. And I think after 5 days, you pretty much pass out for like 10 hours and probably cannot be woken up until you get rest. So, welcome to the world of night terrors.
Yes.
All right.
Been there, done that.
I used to have those.
So the next morning comes. I don't know what time you guys plan on really getting up and around. I think most of you get up around probably sunrise or a little after.
The thing was leaving at
Noon.
noon. Oh, okay.
11.
Yeah, got
11.
plenty of time.
Oh, was it 11?
Maybe the
11.
Oh,
the
it's
actual-
11. I'm sorry.
not the butt crack of dawn, but maybe the cheek.
The butt cheek of dawn.
Yes.
That little part
Yeah.
that where your butt cheek ends at the bottom.
Yeah, the
you
nice
know?
part. Like,
Yeah,
you're able to
I mean,
sleep
you-
in and then be like, ah.
All right, you guys know
Right
too
where
much
you
about the
comfortable.
anatomy of the butt, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
So it's about the anus
stop
of
touching
dawn.
yourself down there.
It ain't quite there, but it ain't quite there either, you know.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Those aren't pillows.
Yeah.
So you guys start getting up and around probably about 7 is the latest. Some of you might wake up a little
I'm
early.
probably up early.
Yeah.
Around 6.
Yeah. Gets to be about 7 o'clock. You guys, they do have like a breakfast kind of buffet thing down at the,
Oh, yes.
Hey, a continental breakfast.
yeah,
You know,
continental breakfast.
if this would be a great idea if every hotel would provide that in the morning if you spent the night, you know.
Yeah. We call it the incontinent breakfast. It's nothing but biscuits and gravy and grits.
But
And
it
lots
will
of
last you
cheese.
the whole day.
And lots of
galore.
cheese.
You won't want to eat after
Could
that.
I have myself a... Where'd I get the Irish accent?
You got night terrors.
I gotta get the right to cadence. Gonna have to get some lutefisk on the side with that.
Oh, that'll definitely keep you from pooping.
So yeah, it's morning. You guys come down. There's kind of a breakfast buffet being served. It gets to be about almost 8 o'clock, and
Ghost Rock flapjacks and
yeah, the flap jacket.
Ghost Rock flapjack. I got one now.
It's sprinkled with ghost rock.
Yeah, Ghost Rock powder.
You'll be the one
Yeah.
moving too after you eat all that.
Yeah, it gets to be about 8 o'clock, and you guys haven't seen Olaf come downstairs yet. So
Well,
Maybe you got lucky.
They kind of used to that though.
it's happened a couple
Is
times.
she there?
But yeah, she's.
Oh, well,
there.
I say, well, ain't that problem then. Okay.
what are you talking about? Somebody had the Swedish meatball?
Could be. Distinct possibility, I guess.
Well, you want me to go up there and check on the good Padre? I'll be happy to do that.
Yeah, it gets to be coming close to 8:30.
Well, he better wake the hell up.
Go ahead, Bo. Go.
No, so you head upstairs, go to Olaf's door.
Olaf.
Roll your vigor. Target number of 7.
Yeah.
Olaf, it's 8 o'clock, almost 8:30. You want to have breakfast? Or you want to come to the Grand Canyon with us? Or you want to search it off?
We're going to Hellstrom's.
My apologies. It's a bad night. I'll get myself addressed and I'll be done. Make sure the coffee is hot and strong and plenty of it.
Well, I'll definitely do that.
See if they have any loose fisk for me, would you?
I will definitely ask if they have a lose festival. I don't know.
So after breakfast, you do see Dr. Haskins kind of come through from the front door, and he kind of looks like he's going to head up the stairs, and he glances over at like the dining area, and he's like, "Oh, good morning," and he kind of walks over to the table.
Morning, Doctor. How are you today?
Good.
Shake his hand.
Same here.
Yep. Nice to see you all. We'll be leaving soon, so if you need any help with anything down to the depot, I'm sure Sophie could have a couple of the extra hands help you with baggage or anything you have.
I do believe we've got a couple of packages being sent down there from.
Yes, they are arriving just now. I came back to get a last couple minute things from my room, and then heading
You
down to
need
the...
assistance with that?
No, it's just an overnight case, shaving kit, that kind of thing.
Shave and cream. Be nice and clean.
Shave every day, whatever.
Yeah.
And don't be unhappy.
Am I down there now?
Yeah, you are.
Okay. And sir, just to double check, and did your men get my horse, Peter Paul Mary?
Yes.
Said horse, right?
Male or female?
It's a male.
Okay. Yes, he's already on board aboard the train. So
He's already boarded to the train.
yeah,
We
he's got his
strapped him to the
ticket.
side.
He's waiting for you in a chair.
Sitting there reading the paper. About time you got here.
Did you not sleep again, boss? So yeah, they've already got Peter, Paul, and Mary on the train. So he says, "All right, well, I guess unless you're walking down there, I'll accompany you. Otherwise, I'll see you down at the depot."
Oh, I have a few things to get myself. I'll just meet you with you and we'll walk down. That's fine.
All right. So he runs up the stairs.
I do too.
There's nobody with you, Professor?
He done left.
Well, he's walking upstairs. He's like, "Well, Sophie's at the train, helping organize the loading of our equipment."
Well,
I'm going with him.
yeah, I was going to say, maybe we'll just walk with the good professor, just in case, after everything that's happened.
I'm
Not a
not
bad
adverse to
idea.
that. Thank you very much.
I'm going to
So,
follow him, like, really close.
like in step,
He's gonna.
he goes
breathe-
up to his
breathe
door,
on
and you're
his
like pushing him against the door.
neck. Are you gonna get your key or not?
But you still have your breakfast fork.
Yeah, I like the fact he hands him his key out of his pocket. Here you go.
Yeah, he goes to reach you, put it in his hand.
There you go. One of your friends.
So you guys all go up. You can get your stuff out of your rooms. I'm sure most of you are already packed with whatever you have.
Uncomfortably.
Brenda. Hey, Brenda Lou's on.
Hey, hello.
Hey, Brenda.
Yeah, when I go up to my room, I've got like a little overnight bag.
Yeah.
But when I come back out, I'm dressed in my duster. I've got the sawed off on one hip, the pistol on the other hip, and a rifle on I don't know what you call it.
Like a scabbard,
Yeah, on my
like
back.
a holster kind of thing.
Holster on my back.
Okay.
So
pretty much looks the same. So
Kelvin probably wouldn't have much more than that
okay.
on himself. Just something to carry 2 sets of clothes and a
I'll
cleanup kit.
So
15
how many
weapons.
guns are you carrying? How many guns?
I didn't
do you
take
have?
everything.
Okay, because I was going to say you're usually loaded for bear.
Yeah, I did take the.
He's loaded for whale. What are you talking about?
Well, the Sharp's Big 50 always goes with me, and then the because I have remember the 2 hip holsters and then the one that sits. So I got 3 peacemakers. The Sharps, and then them hat gun. Now I got my hat gun.
Oh yeah, you got your hat gun.
And I
Right
don't
this
think,
way, Doctor.
I think he only brought 1 stick of dynamite this time.
Only one?
Yeah.
Well, are we all set, folks?
I believe so,
I
yeah.
believe so, yes.
All right. Well, let's get this expedition started.
Woohoo! Actually, I took out my yeehaw.
He steps outside, and we're here. You can go back to your rooms. No, you guys step outside, and he's kind of talking like, well, I'm very excited. I'm so glad you're accompanying me on this. I hope you don't find it too troublesome, tiresome.
That was painful as shit. Watching you put that set of headsets on with your hat
I don't want to
on.
mess up my hat.
He's like, squeeze.
So he's like, okay, well, let's head to the train station. And as you walk, he's very chatty, not
keeping an
overly chatty, but he's very talkative. Like, well, it's a beautiful day today, and
I'm keeping an eye out around us to see if
He change his sweater.
anything looks
Beautiful day.
odd or
Yeah.
out of
City of
place, or
Blue.
anybody like a
Beautiful
description
day.
of the guy that was.
no, you don't see that guy. Nobody seems to be eyeing you for, well, you might get some odd looks, but not as many as you would expect. The City of Gloom, you do see one guy across the street. You're probably giving him more the looks because he has a mechanical arm. And it's kind of a big chunk of metal here, like a ball joint.
Right.
And this looks more like a stovepipe. And then it's got like the gears for his elbow.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's another piece of stovepipe. And then it ends in what looks like a hand that's solid. But you do see it's got little pulleys on the fingers. So he's walking like this.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point, somebody asks him something, and he kind of points his arm, and you see the finger, like the pulleys pull it up, and then it reverts back to its.
Yeah. It really sucks when he wants to give you the bird because then he's got to go like.
He actually does he actually has a crank.
Yeah.
I had that special made.
So yeah, basically, you guys kind of walk. If you have any questions for Dr. Haskins, or if you just kind of walk along, he's really good at pleasant conversation.
How do you make babies? Okay.
Hey, Mr. Ziggy
Well-
Pop, thanks for following.
First,
We'll
you have
take
to
you
order.
down to the red light district. And
We'll teach you. No, I don't really talk much to him. I'm just more keeping an eye out than anything.
Well, how many individuals are accompanying you in this expedition? I guess how many? What sort of
Well,
party do we have?
Different times are different ones. Like, for instance, we have some extra hands, about 5 extra hands to help us load and unload from, and
They
it's not,
attached to anybody?
no, the Siamese.
Okay.
Siamese twins, all 5 of them.
what he
No.
really wants to know is whether or not there are going to be any broads around.
No, now, yes, that's true.
No, yes.
Well, there are 2 ladies in the expedition, Sophie and Miss Baltimore.
All right, so celibacy it is. Not by choice, but by safety concern.
Says, for instance, and I was misspoken last time. I said Virginia. Say it's Cedar City, Nevada.
Oh, Cedar City?
He's like, we're taking the train to Cedar City, Nevada. So we have a few employees from Smith & Robards, like 5 or 6, who are going to help us unload onto the wagons we're going to use in Cedar City. From there, it's probably a day and a half to the Meadow Valley Wash, which is a stream. And we're going to load all of our equipment, the wagons, the horses, and all that on a few barges that are going to take us down the stream. It's a lot easier to do it that way than lug all this stuff overland. But when we get to the end of the stream, there is an overland trail that we're going to unhook the wagon, or hook up the wagons, travel over the land to get to a small mining community called Cliffside. And that is right at the beginning of the Grand Canyon, so to speak, the basin. So, and from there, we will probably travel mostly on our own, although we are going to be awaiting 3 guides that I have procured who know the area very well. So,
How well do you know these guides?
I don't know them well personally, but they came recommended from the Accouchements Society. So I'm assuming that they are going to be good guides.
Hello, John.
Yes.
Hello,
Mr.
John.
Smith?
So there will be different companions at different times, and the barges have, I think, 10 people who run the barges. That they will just be with us during that leg of the journey. But most of it is just going to be ourselves and Sophie.
I see.
Unless there's, I don't think anybody else could join, but unless we find somebody who we think might be useful on the journey. I can't imagine who, but you never know. Doctors would be nice.
What
Trackers.
about them reporters? Are they going to follow some of it, or just...
They're just following us as far as Cedar City. So they're riding the train. In fact, this afternoon and this evening, once we get going, I'll probably spend some time socializing and answering questions and interviews and things like that. So anyway, eventually you guys come up to the station, the depot in City of Gloom, and this is probably the only place where the steel sky, well, one of the only places where the steel sky pretty much parts. So it kind of comes to an end, and you're like, oh, the sky, it's all foggy and kind of smoky looking up above. Anything above the first floor is getting kind of hazy. So it's not great, but there is no steel sky here. And as you get to the depot, you see about probably 5 train tracks, maybe 6. Yeah, there are trains on the tracks, but there are 5 that are pretty much lined up as if they're getting ready to take off, head in different directions. You do see one. One looks like, well, 2 of them look like regular trains. And you notice one is a Union Blue train, kind of heading back the way you guys came. There's another one that is probably just a regular train line, like Santa Fe, something like that. The other 3 are very interesting. One is kind of big, kind of blocky, and it has two smokestacks that are right next to each other, and it's kind of giving off this low hum, and it's a very dark steel. The cow catcher actually looks like it's got the cow catcher, but it also has like almost pikes that come off the top of it, curled. So it looks like a cow catcher that's going to pierce the cow, maybe, or something.
Oof.
You also notice on the sides, like above the front wheels and on the side of the actual boiler, you notice it has 2 Gatling guns mounted, but they're not manned. But they're mounted to the front.
I'm fascinated by this.
Yeah. And you notice that
Which one's your guys' train?
Yeah.
This is mine.
You notice it's got like a thick mesh, like that chicken wire thing on the windows, all the windows, and even the back of it where the engineer is closed in. There's a door there. You notice behind it is the coal car, and on it says Wasatch Railroad. And then it's got several cars behind it. And this is Dr. Hellstrom's rail line. The other one looks very ornate. It's almost like, what the? It's almost like decorative. And it's a very Asian kind of look. So it's actually got lanterns on it, that look like Chinese lanterns.
Like the posh affair.
The posh affair? Yeah, something. It's got like almost like streamers decorating it, like they use for the Chinese dragons, stuff like that.
Hey, CB.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. It's like a gold plated. So other than that, it looks like a normal train. It's all decked out Asian style.
It's got a lot of accoutrement.
Yeah, and the coal car for that has a very fancy, like, kind of Asian lettering, but in English it says Iron Dragon.
Iron Dragon.
And this is one of the, supposedly there's a warlord named Kang up north who owns this for the Great Rail Wars.
Oh, wow.
He is Asian, so he's entered the Great Rail Wars. And this is one of his trains. Then there's the one closest to you guys is just a very unique looking train. It's got the boiler, and it has a short smokestack. But you notice coming out of the side, it has two smokestacks that kind of come out, back, and angle up. They almost look like header exhaust pipes on a hot
Yeah,
rod.
I'm gonna say, yeah.
But they kind of come out, and there's steam kind of poof, 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 like pulsing out of it. Same with the short smokestack. It's got the steady stream of smoke. And it's kind of like nickel plated. So it's like, wow, this is
Shiny?
Yeah, it's a little bit shiny. You also notice it has extra like piping that kind of comes out of the boiler and kind of goes back to the coal car. And then this engineer or the engineer's compartment is a little bit more closed off, kind of like the Hellstrom one. The coal car behind says Denver Pacific.
Denver.
And then underneath it says a division of Smith and Robards. So this is one of their trains for the Great Rail Wars.
Okay.
Which they're not really part of it, but they do have a train for protection. And this coal catcher, like the Iron Dragon, the cow catcher is like very swooped, and it almost looks like the Chinese dragon kind of jaw.
Oh.
So it's almost like, that looks really cool. This one, it's almost like Fury Road, the war rig.
Right.
It's like that. It looks
Right.
almost like a shovel.
Right.
And there's no skulls or anything on it, but it's like a big plate. And it looks like it's on some sort of hydraulic system. So it's like, what the heck?
Certainly sounds that way.
That's a message for you.
Yes, I am railroading.
Yeah.
So these trains are all here. There's people getting on and off, most of them. But you do see a platform by the Denver Pacific, and up there you do see some people loading the last crate on one of the luggage cars. And up there is Miss Miller, Sophie, his companion, or his bodyguard or secretary or whatever she is. But she's up there kind of directing where to go. You notice she's not in a dress. She's in like brown slacks.
She's naked.
Light brown slacks with a pistol in a holster. She also has a rifle slung around her shoulder. And you notice on her boot, she has a big Bowie knife. And she's got that short crop black hair and kind of the kerchief going around. She's still very fit and athletic. She doesn't really have the pretty edge, but she is good looking. So I picture her like a young Angela Bassett or someone like that.
My Sharps has it's got that custom leather holster for it that I can either sling it or just carry it.
Yeah.
I'm probably just carrying it like tucked.
Yeah, that's fun.
You know,
that's fun
for now.
So as you get up to the platform to board the train, let me tell you, this train consists of 10 cars. The locomotive, a coal car, a dining car, a saloon car, 2 standard sleeper cars, a more luxurious sleeper car, and 2 baggage cars.
Does it have a caboose?
Oh yeah, there is a caboose. Yeah, so that's what this train consists of. So they're taking you up to like the sleeper cars or probably the dining car first. So a lot of people are getting on. You see about 8 or 9 people that have press stickers. The good-looking reporter is among them. So is the guy from the Tombstone Epitaph. So, and then there's like 6 other reporters that are kind of lined up with suitcases and stuff like that. You do see some other people who are just look like they're regular passengers.
Anybody look anything like the guy that we're looking for? Okay.
Nobody looks like that. You do see one guy who's got like a suitcase.
That guy with the mask on, you're not too
Yeah.
sure about him.
One guy with a suitcase and one guy, and he's also got like a doctor's bag. He's wearing like a plain, almost like a tweed jacket, and probably a bowler hat. He's got a beard,
Yeah, bowl.
mutton chops without this, kind of like mine, where it's like he was probably auburn or light brown or red hair, but it's going white. He's got little round spectacles, and
It's Dale.
yeah,
I want to make sure all stuff did arrive.
yep,
Not so
yep,
much worried about that. I just want to keep an eye on the doctor.
yep.
I'm going to go double check and be about Mary.
Yep. He is in the baggage car behind, and then there's the other luggage car or whatever. That one seems like it's locked, and there is a Union soldier standing on the platform in front of the door with a rifle, just kind of at ease.
I salute him. Walk by.
he kind of salutes, just kind of friendly. Just okay, but yeah, that one looks like it's kind of sealed off. So the rest of them are all open. You do see your horse, and a lot of your baggage can go in there if you want. If you got suitcases or
I asked the
anything.
doctors, why do they got a sealed up?
Oh, that train has supplies going to Fort 51.
Oh, all right.
When we get to Cedar City, this train will continue to Fort 51, no passengers, and that's when we disembark.
All right.
So yeah, is there a car that's got just the boxes and supplies that
Yeah,
we need?
yeah.
Okay, so
Well, it's mostly your stuff, but other things are in there too, like other passengers.
We go through the
suitcases
other
or whatever.
passenger stuff.
Yeah.
is there is it marked that it's for this expedition, or
The boxes are, not the car.
the boxes are?
Yeah, the boxes say Smith and Robards.
Yes,
it
Loopy.
says Haskins Expedition. You do notice that the Smith and Robards guys who are loading are like, "Oh, I believe you ordered some things yourself, but you're going on the expedition."
Yes.
He points out those boxes. He's like, "There's 2 boxes here, and one of them apparently contains clothing items you ordered, and because you got the duster, you got the frock coat,
Yep.
you guys got the harnesses,
Yes.
so
And the lantern.
yep, so that's all in the boxes there."
I'll
So,
retrieve
the
it.
one is the clothing, and the other one is the harnesses and lanterns. So it's a small box, but
I'll pop
the other one's pretty.
the box open with the clothing.
Okay, one of the Smith and Robards guys hands you a crowbar, so you can pop it open. Yep, the duster and the frock coat are in there. They
Hand you your frock coat.
actually look like a frock coat and a duster, and you're like, oh, here's yours. Oh, God, it's a little heavy. It's not like 50 pounds or nothing, but there is weight to it. So. And for you, not as much. For you, you're like, yeah, it's not going to encumber you, but now you understand where the -2 comes from. Yours is kind of like, oh, it's flexible, it's nice, but it is heavier.
I would seriously suggest that when we get on them barges, you don't go for a swim.
No, this will be riding separate from me at the time. Probably won't mess
Yeah.
with it unless we get into a serious combat.
You gonna buy that jacket a horse?
Thinking about it.
All right.
There's a couple bigger boxes that say Haskins Expedition. There's one that's probably almost 4 feet tall and square.
It's full of little people, isn't it?
Yeah, Oompa Loompas.
Yeah, I was gonna see if I could count how many boxes were going.
Yeah, there's the big one.
One big one.
There's a big one. There's a medium-sized one, but it's almost like an ammo box. It's kind of long and thin, but it's medium size. And then there's another one that's probably 3 feet square.
Ghost Rock R&D Lab.
Yep.
That was what Out of Print said.
And I believe, let me check, but I think that's it. Oh, there's another small case that's probably 2 feet square. So there's...
That's all that's going with us that's on the train right now?
Well, that's all that's from Smith and Robards. There's some other boxes that say Expedition. Mm-hmm. Just random boxes. And Haskins can explain. He's like, oh, yes, well, we've come prepared. This is some camping gear and some climbing gear in these crates. And in this crate is some supplies, rations, and things
Moonshine
like
kit.
that. So nothing major, but there's probably about 10 boxes overall.
This crate's full of McDonald's hamburgers.
Okay, so 10 boxes that are marked just the expedition that are not from Smith and Robards.
10 boxes, that's Smith and Robards and the other ones.
This box.
Smith and Robards and supplies.
This one's full of human teeth because you never know when you might need one.
Do they bring any other livestock?
Yeah, there are like 2 other horses, and that's probably about it. So there's 3 horses on the other
This
luggage car. And in that luggage car is mostly like
whipped cream.
more crates and stuff. A lot of the suitcases seem to be in with the boxes. The other one has a lot of like bigger traveling, like trunks and stuff like that.
The crate that has the elephant in it is in that.
And one of the conductors is there, and he explains, if you ask, he's like, well, we keep the trunks and
Why are these boxes in here?
we keep the trunks and hod hard luggage back with the horses. Most people.
Hog luggage? What?
Hard luggage.
Hard luggage.
Hard luggage. You know,
Hog luggage.
erect, excited.
Excited. Luggage.
We keep that with the horses, the cloth
Or the
bags
flesh
and
lighter,
suitcases, carpet bags, clothing. We keep it up here to avoid the smell.
Okay.
So,
Is the-
but your crates don't fit with the horses, so they have to go in here.
Okay. 10 boxes total for our.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it.
Don't forget, if you're on TikTok, you can hit us with a lightning bolt if you'd like,
Ka-cow!
as a gift.
Ka-chow.
Ka-chow.
So yeah, Haskins is like, well, everything seems to be in order. He pulls out his pocket watch and he's like, well, we've got about an hour before we depart. So I'd say, unless you have anything last minute you need to do in the depot, we might as well just get to our rooms and get settled in.
No, I don't think I'm good. I'm going to go ahead and find my...
One of the Smith and Robart guys has Dr. Haskins sign for the equipment.
Oh.
So he's like, all right, thank you.
Once Dr. Haskins is on the train, I'll just go ahead and find my room or whatever.
You guys are in one of the sleeping cars, and pretty much everybody else is in another sleeping car. But you guys, this is a little bit nicer of a sleeping car. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 rooms, 3 on a side, and they're like suites in a way. So those are your rooms.
I'll find mine and
Yeah, the other sleeping car has smaller bunks.
I'll find mine and unload my stuff into it.
Okay, well, pick one. You don't have. They're not
Well,
marked.
they're not assigned?
No, they're not. But if you go in there, Sophie and Haskins go in there to drop their stuff, and they're like, he asks Sophie to pick a room, and he'll be back later. Oh, and you notice when he signs, he kind of like signs his first name, and then you notice he kind of looks at it, tilts the clipboard, and signs his last name. And kind of, there you go.
Does the... Or,
No, he just holds it different. And you remember when she handed him the bag of ice for his head?
Mm-hmm. He had
to unfold it and fold it right.
Fold it back up.
So it's like he's got some sort of OCD disorder kind of thing. So he's like, thank you. He plays it off like normal. S&R guy's like, okay, as long as you signed.
You know, if you get enough bounty points, you can get rid of that.
Or if I get a certain blessing, I can get rid of it.
Oh,
There
that's
you go.
true. True.
So he tells Sophie to pick out a room, so she does. And she's like, well, I guess we'll take this bunk. I don't know what you want to do for your sleeping arrangements. I don't know how well you all know each other.
Well,
I sleep with Bo all the time.
Turn away from
Well,
Bobo.
I'm going in here and get whoever wants to be in here with me, and I'm gonna lay down for a while until we get underway.
Is it me or does he look like hell?
It looks like hell.
I'm going to take a room that's... well, the doctor didn't pick a room, did he? That's right.
Well, Sophie's picking their room now.
Well, okay, which room did they take then? Did they take one on the end, in the middle, or on the other end? Or
Probably one at the front in the left.
I'll take the one front right then.
Okay.
I'll take whatever one's close to the dining area.
That would be in the back. So you want to take that one? Okay.
Someone across from the doctor.
Well, I'll get with Olaf.
All right. Copperhead's like, you stay away from me.
Listen, this thing about spooning, we got to talk about it. As the door closes.
I'm always in back. He goes in the room.
Big spoon.
He gets 2 spoons out and like does that.
Son, you're a ladle.
Does that
I'm assuming
in the
that,
morning. That thing
I'm
up.
assuming the beds in here aren't together, so I think you'll be all right.
They're like,
They're all,
yeah.
It's kind of like a heart.
It's a big.
What happens if I put a silver coin in here?
The
Those magic
ghost rock.
fingers in
Oh, it's a ghost rock bed. Bah.
No, they're actually like bunk beds, but nice bunk beds, not just cots suspended. It's nice, and they have the curtains. So,
You want top or bottom?
which bed you mean? I'm assuming.
It is not a trick question. Out of game, that is not a trick question. You actually asked, you want the top bunk or the bottom bunk?
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. Mirrors in the ceiling, Brenda.
I don't care.
You like to shoot down or across?
I can shoot anywhere.
All right. I'll take the top.
Wins.
All right.
Does it become the jackpot?
Big spoon race.
Hold on tight, Copperhead.
We're going for a ride.
Let's go again.
I want their room.
Okay, so you two in a room, you two in a room.
I got my own.
Nope.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
So I guess you're with Lillianne. So
She's got the slot off.
Copperhead's like,
Sleeps with the sawed off in your back.
well, that's fine because I got a scatter gun and then a pump in the shot in the multi
yeah,
revolving
They're
shotgun.
both pointing at each other.
yeah,
It's just a room full of shotguns.
pretty much. That's what it sounds like.
Well,
If you walked into the room, I will also walk into the doorway of the room. Hope this works for you, Father.
Oh, that's fine by me. Don't worry.
You notice that Copperhead takes off the two guns, puts them on hangs them right on the banister, takes the one from his belt, and basically puts it under his pillow, and then gets in the bunk.
Yeah, I have 3 peacemakers, so probably 2 are under my pillow, and then the rig hanging. You know.
Yeah. So, all right. So you guys get your stuff stashed, but it's only like noon. He's like, I'm not bedding down yet.
Yeah,
Let's go check
I want to go look
let's
around.
go check
a little
the-
bit first.
Yeah.
Sure, there's
so-
a place to keep my shotguns and
yeah.
Actually,
throw
you
the
know what?
saddlebags up on the.
There is.
bed.
Each room has basically what looks like a wardrobe, so you can put your guns in there.
Yeah. Kelvin would
Or
actually
clothes.
keep his
And lock it.
Yeah.
whatever that holster pistol on.
Yeah.
He'd keep that on because it's not in the way.
Yeah. Well, Copperhead wouldn't even take his guns off. Then he'd probably just keep them
Well,
on.
I mean, I'd stash some. Like the
Yeah.
big 50 doesn't. It ain't gonna work in here.
No.
You know. So I'll put it up on the. I'll put it up on the bed and put the covers over it.
so it's sleeping. Tuck it in. I'll
Good
see.
night.
Put a little wig on top of it.
See you later, baby.
Probably. Well, ma'am, I'm gonna go ahead over to the dining car if you want to join.
I wouldn't mind a cup of coffee.
That's what I figured.
Coffeeholic.
Coffee sounds like a perfect thing to have.
So you guys come out. Anybody else gonna just stash their stuff and go to the dining car or the passenger car or just look around?
I asked Copperhead. So what do you think? Should we go take a walk or look around and see who's on this here train?
And go to the dining car. They'll show up eventually.
All right then.
That's what I'm thinking.
I'll meet you there.
All right. So he kind of comes out and joins you two. So you three are walking up to the dining car. How about you two?
Evening, ma'am. Bo.
I'm gonna be out.
Not Bo.
Trying to doze until after the train starts.
Oh, take a small nap to get rested. Okay.
Well, I asked you, Olaf, you want to go to the dining car, or are you just going to take a nap?
I'll be along presently. I'm going to catch up on my rest here a bit. I'll be up and joining you as soon as we get
I'm trying like
underway.
hell to lose this -1.
Well, I'm going to stash my rifle, kind of hide it under the bunk, and then
Okay.
all my other gear, and then I'll just head on out.
Well, you guys get up to the dining car, and there's quite a few people in there. And these cars are longer than a normal old rail car, so there's a lot more room. So when you guys come in,
On the side of road apples.
side of road apples.
Friend.
You guys come in. There's plenty of people up here. You do see Dr. Haskins and Sophie up there, seated at a table, and then there's a lot of the reporters have brought up chairs and sitting around and stuff like that. You do see some of the passengers up here too. You do see the guy that I described with the doctor's bag, probably just sitting there having a drink. There are window seats wherever you want to sit.
Did I get any wind back from resting?
Yes, if you took wind, you get that back. All of it. I don't know if anybody took actual wounds last time. Yeah, so you're good. So yeah, anybody who wants to take a window seat, Copperhead probably just sits down at one of the tables.
Suppose I will.
Okay. How about you? Where you want to sit?
Oh, I'll probably just... Well, there's... the reporters all here too, or not?
Yeah, it looks like all 8 of them are over by the table. You see the tombstone epitaph, that one woman, a few other reporters.
I'll probably go over and, introduce myself again and see how everybody's hailing up. The guy who got wounded, and
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, I'm doing good. Thank you very much. Thank you."
I might...
And when you're like, "Yeah, Beauregard T. Danielson," they're all like, taking notes. Like, "Ah, okay. In case you come important later, we'll keep that name.
Yep. I could go ahead and I'll buy him some drinks. Drinks are all around for everyone here.
Yeah, sure. The drinks and food are probably included with the price of your ticket. You're going to be on this train for about a day and a half, so they're like, hey, it's the expedition.
That is not the way trains work.
I know, but with the expedition,
Dozen Deadlands.
yeah, with the expedition, the Explorer Society is basically footing the bill for the first part because they're like,
Yeah, I'll buy this round.
eat, because when you get off this train, you might not be eating until you get to Cliffside, and then after that, maybe not at all. So,
Well, then I tip the waiters well.
okay.
That's the same table where Sophie is sitting. She's obviously sitting with Haskins.
Yeah, when the reporters start talking, she does kind of get up and kind of go over to the bar for a bit, like, oh, this is the boring part.
Okay, well, I want to ask her something.
Okay, yeah, she kind of sidesteps up to the little bar there, so, yeah.
Excuse me, I'll
Shuffle off
be
the
right
buffalo.
excuse myself. And go up to where
Shuffle off the water buffalo.
water buffalo.
Hey, I was grazing there.
As you walk up, she kind of,
Miss Sophie, if I could ask a question.
well, of course.
Where am I? Oh, sorry.
You seem to be in charge of at least Dr. Haskins' security.
For the most part, yes.
Are you the one in charge of making
We bless
arrangements
him or not?
for the security of our luggage, the trunks, and everything that for the expedition? Is there any security for that?
Yes, the Smith and Robards officers who brought the thing on board, they're accompanying us to Cedar City. So they're staying in the compartment
Oh, okay.
with the luggage to make sure nobody
Okay.
takes it or mishandles it or anything like that. They're traveling with us at least till Cedar City.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, wonderful. I figured you would have that covered, but just
Dennis
wanted
is
to
allergic
let
to
you
night
know that my
terrors.
services would be available should you need them.
Well, after that, the security is going to be pretty much us. So I appreciate that gesture and may take you up on it.
Do you appreciate this gesture?
Whack! She actually,
She did
and
not-
she looks down and she's
Train
like,
fight.
"Oh, I see you carry a rather large firearm." Well, Lillianne, I didn't get a chance to talk to you, so she kind of introduces herself again, and you guys start chatting, and probably find out you have a lot in common. She's kind of like makes comments like, "God, glad I'm out of that girdle, that corset. I hate those things."
Me
you know?
too.
Yeah. So she's pretty much.
Never wear the things myself.
She's like, "Oh, you're lucky. I have to once more often than I would like." So, but yeah, you guys can chat a little bit and find out you're very similar in kind of thoughts. She's definitely not a damsel in distress. She can handle herself with a gun. She grew up on the range and stuff like that. So,
Okay, well,
home on
chat with her
range.
for a while and then say, well, I'm enjoying this conversation. And then the group that I've been tooling around Salt Lake City with is show me what they can and will do in situations. I've particularly enjoyed the Good Fathers Company. Have you met? Have you had a chance to meet?
I haven't had a chance to meet him. She kind of asked, well, what do you think of him? Capable?
Oh yes.
Just then you hear the whistle blow a couple times. Yeah. You hear the clanking of the cars and
Goes,
starts to
Ring.
You rang.
Lurches.
chug its way out of the station. Anybody who's got a window seat, who's happened to looking out at the platform,
I will.
okay, make a cognition check, target number of 9. And anybody can do that if you just want to look out like, oh, we're leaving the station. If you want to make a cognition
Like a
check.
bunch of little kids.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm too busy socializing and doing my business.
Oh, I dropped another grape down your dress. I'm sorry.
I'm looking at other windows.
Oops, I haven't rolled a 7.
With Keen, I get it.
Oh, 7. With Keen?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, I'm rolling the wrong.
What was it again?
9.
I got it.
Okay.
The wrong dice.
Out of print, rolled a 7.
Yep. You did not see anything, Simon.
Yeah, 5.
Okay. So you two made it. You guys are kind of over at one side of the car looking out like, oh yeah, we're leaving the station. And on the platform up near the depot, you see a gentleman who just catches your eye. And you see him looking right at you.
Strike one!
Again! Kind of a small, wiry guy. Dark hair. Looks like he's got a nervous twitch. Dressed all in black.
Yeah.
Just kind of has his arms clasped, his hands clasped at the waist. And he's just watching you pull out. And as you leave, you see the smallest, And then he turns and walks back into the shadows of the depot.
Damn it.
I kind of look around. Do I see anybody else that happened to been...
Doesn't look like it. It looks like he was
No,
on his
no.
own.
I mean, I look around.
He's looking to see if
us.
there's anybody else looking at him.
Oh,
No, I see if any of us, anybody else saw it and everything.
you can tell that
Yeah.
Kelvin was right there.
Is that the fellow we looked
I
for?
believe that was him, yes. You probably got to deal with him on the expedition, I'm betting.
Well, if he can catch up to us.
Think he was late getting to the train?
Possibly.
He did kind of look upset, didn't he?
No, he looked more like he just missed on a simple opportunity.
Well, that's fine with me, as long as I don't see him again until we get back.
Weirdo likes to watch. Nice one.
He did.
He's one of those train watchers. Don't
Yeah.
worry about him.
Oh, yeah, those guys.
Well, with the train now underway, I presently roll myself off my lower bunk and
Throw myself off. I was like,
You're probably in there and you're like, just a nap. God, wish I could sleep. Clunk! As it rattles and you're like, ugh! But yeah, you can get up out of your bunk and
presently make my way up front to, if they're not in the saloon car, and then onwards to the
dining car.
the dining car.
Yep.
Sorry.
So yeah, you guys take out of the station, start traveling. For the next couple hours, you can kind of pass the time however you want. Sophie will come around and kind of... Haskins is talking to the reporters like most of the afternoon. Every once in a while, he'll get up, excuse himself, get a drink, maybe go back to the bathroom, come over and... How you doing?
What
Just
car are we
very
in
quick.
again? We're in the
Dining car.
dining car? Okay.
Yeah. So he'll say, how you doing? Got to please the reporters. Hope to talk to you tonight or tomorrow. That kind of thing. But Sophie does kind of come around and introduce herself a little more properly. You also notice when she does introduce herself, I guess roll scrutinize when she introduces herself to you. All right. For you guys who made it, when she comes up and introduces herself,
Out of print with a one.
scrutinize of 1.
That's what I got too.
She looks an awful lot like your navel. I don't understand.
You got a belly button? You got my belly button.
For you guys who made it, when she introduces herself, she's very polite, but you notice she's actually scrutinizing you when she comes up and says, "Hi, my name's Sophie Miller. I'm Dr. Haskins' traveling companion. Don't forget, she's African American."
Right.
And
Doesn't bother me none.
well, some of you guys have southern accents, so you notice she's gauging you guys when she says that. Not like, you want to do something about it? More like, if you're going to be awkward, I will back off.
Is this the one that Lillianne was
I
talking
will.
to?
Yes, this
I'll
is
actually
Dr.
take off my hat and take her hand and bow to her. Nice to meet you, ma'am.
Oh, well, thank you. And she kind of looks a little embarrassed and at the same time a little annoyed.
Oh,
But she's like, well, thank you.
just trying to be polite.
It's a Southern gentleman sort of thing.
Yeah. So she's like, basically make small talk with each one of you. So without breaking down the small talk, she wants to know about you, how you're going to react to her, and if you're basically your general personality. So what kind of edges and hindrances do you guys have that might show through? Because she has a very high scrutinize, so that's what she's looking for. Yeah, stuff like mean as a rattler, vengeful, that might come through in your conversation. Wanted, probably not. But things like that, things of that nature. Randy would definitely come through in your conversation.
It's gone.
I know, but I mean, and if you bought that off, she might know you're flirtatious.
Yes,
But
it's
that's
not to the point where
it's not like I'm trying to get in your pants, but it is very flirtatious and kind of. So if you,
overtly charming.
yeah, if you have like loyal stuff like that, like you're protective of women kind of thing,
Yep.
would probably definitely show through. What was
Well,
before?
the night terrors, and there's curious, and I got
Curious would definitely come through.
the oath of gentlemen to the ladies.
That would come through. Okay. So that kind of thing definitely shows through. So how about you, Cobb? I mean, obviously you have arcane black background. Blessed.
Yeah, I mean, she probably either saw that or
Yeah,
knew that
she could
from
tell
already.
that.
As far as everything else, but cautious is about the only thing.
Okay. Oh, that was the curious. You would probably be asking her a lot of questions.
Yep.
So she knows that cautious. Yeah, she probably picks up on that too. You're not quick to judge.
But if she
you're not
starts
impulsive.
talking to me, I'm probably not. I'm going to be probably kind of. I'll probably scrutinize her then.
Yeah. Yeah, you rolled a 10 on your scrutinize. She seems very loyal, particularly to Haskins. You can almost pick up she seems emotionally loyal to him. Like
Yes,
she-
Simon.
She talks quite a bit about him in a very high regard and sometimes slips and uses familiar
Familiar
nicknames.
words.
Yeah. So you pick up on that. She also seems very stubborn, or can be stubborn. She's very polite, but if it comes down to it, you can tell she would stand her ground. And there's also, when you bring up things about her past, she seems to kind of shy away from it a little bit, or turn the conversation.
I probably don't ask her too much about
Okay.
past unless she's going to be forthcoming.
Not really. So, but yeah, you do realize loyal and stubborn. That's about all you can get from her.
But
So.
how old is she, roughly?
I think she's like, what'd you say?
12 years old.
12 years old, yeah. Her and Haskins are, I think I said in their like mid 30s.
You probably would recognize my.
Oh yeah. What do you?
Your better side?
Well, I've got the court symbol playing card in my palm. He doesn't really cover that up, so.
No. Let's see. Let's roll this real quick. She does ask at one point if you've ever been to. You sound very southern.
Yeah.
Have you been to Louisiana? New Orleans, maybe?
Oh, yes, many times.
Oh.
Actually, not too long ago we were down there.
Been through there once. It was very nice. It was a very unique place to visit.
It is. It can be dangerous, but still.
Roll your cognition if you have keen, or you can use scrutinize if it's higher.
I mean, I rolled a 1 when I was talking with her, so
Well, this is for this particular part of the conversation.
I got an 8.
You got an 8? You notice she asks you that after she glances at your hand.
Oh.
Very subtly.
Well, I basically look at it and says, oh, yes. Yes, I am a member of the court.
Well, all right then.
Yeah. I don't mean to hide it. In fact, I'm thinking about trying to get out of my old obligation.
Oh.
More, I want to be a free agent of sorts. Thanks to Father Cobb and the group here, I've changed my ways drastically from my earlier heathenistic ways.
Oh. Well, that's good.
Yes, it is. It is quite good. In fact, I actually tell her a little bit my daughters, and
Oh, okay. Yeah, she actually finds that very interesting, and she realizes that even though you're from the South, you don't seem to have a problem with her.
I
So
can
she,
never
and once
have.
she realizes that quickly,
Yep.
you guys are like old friends.
Yep.
So any of you guys, and once if you don't react to her
Nope.
outward appearance, she's cool with it. So anyway, as you guys are kind of sitting there, you hear some laughter from some of the other tables, some of the other passengers, and there seems to be like a couple people kind of
Telling jokes.
No, not telling jokes, but they're laughing. And the guy has a little bit of a louder voice, and he's like, "Fair dinkum." It means good. It means excellent. It's a phrase we use, you know.
So they're Australian?
Yeah, there's somebody who sounds Australian. And if you look around, it's the guy in the tweed suit with the doctor's bag.
Danger, danger, danger.
Danger, danger, danger. Crikey, you've got a snake in your boot.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, he's over there. And
Knife. This is a knife.
he seems pretty gregarious without being overly loud, but he's sitting over there talking to some people.
Actually, I think when I get done talking to her, I'm just going to probably head to the saloon car.
Okay. Yeah.
Since it's, about a little afternoon right now, isn't it, or so? Or,
Yeah, by the time you guys get talk to Sophie and all that, it's probably about 2 p.m.
I'd be like, well...
You guys can have some lunch if you want in the night.
I had lunch as soon as I got there.
Oh, okay.
I'm
So,
gonna go
yeah.
see what the refreshments are about. I excuse myself from them and take a walk.
Yep. Copperhead's like, you don't mind me joining you?
Nope, not at all.
He'll get up and head back there. So you see Kelvin and Copperhead get up and head back to the saloon car. Anybody else want to go?
I'm going to try and talk to the epitaph guy.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. So
Consider.
back in the saloon car, you
Yes.
guys go in. There's maybe 2 people in here. So you can belly up to the bar. They do have tables where you can play card games or whatever.
That's what I was thinking. Sit
Like
down,
5.
Play some cards and
Okay.
drink some beers and relax a little bit.
Okay. There's a couple guys playing cards. So if you want to join them,
Mind if I join you, gentlemen?
well, no, sit in. We're just playing for pennies, though. We're not high
Well,
stakes.
That's fine.
Okay.
Get-
Copperhead pretty
get
much
us some
stays at the
beers
bar.
and I'll get him and Copper and I some. What do you want? Beer, whiskey? What do you want?
Shot of whiskey and a beer sounds great.
Make that 2 of each, please.
Thanks. I'll get the next one.
I'm gonna sit and play cards.
Okay. So after a bit, are you guys going to the saloon car?
I don't.
Okay, but Bo, you're heading to the.
Yeah, I need a drink after that. So
You head in. Lily, what are you doing this whole time?
Well, I went to the telegraph station.
Yes. Yeah. There is a little telegraph station in there, and it's Smith and Robards operator. He's like, "Yes, help you."
Wow.
Get me off of this train.
I can do it myself if that's all right.
Sure. Personal message.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. He kind of sits up. Have a seat. And he'll stand there, but he's not going to watch or listen or anything. But he just kind of, unless you ask him to move away. But he can't. I'm sorry, I can't leave my equipment, but I can plug my ears if you need me to.
Okay.
fills him with grit.
So,
So I'm going to send a
God.
message
Kind of soupy
about what's
sounding in
going
here.
on so far this morning.
okay. All right. You do so.
Who's on first? What's on second? Who's on the train? How many crates,
Yeah. Gotcha.
guards,
Okay.
people?
Yeah. You get that sent off. Are you expecting a reply or just.
No.
Okay. So, yeah, you send that off.
Okay.
Telegraph operator's like, all right, there you go.
I'm going to pay him whatever he needs.
Oh, don't worry about it. You're with the expedition.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
I'm
Explorer
gonna
Society's
go-
footing the bill.
Oh, yes, we are. I forgot.
Where are you going after that?
Then I want to look to see how the guards are doing.
In the baggage car?
Yep.
Okay. So you're going to walk back through the dining room or the dining car. Everybody's still there. Yeah, you notice you're probably following Bo because he's going to the saloon car. And you see Kelvin playing cards with a couple guys, Copperhead up at the bar, and Bo and you kind of walk in together. So,
Together? Together.
Together
Side by side.
forever.
so as you guys walk in, where are you going, Bo?
I'll probably come in and grab a drink, and then I might just go over and join them.
Yeah,
play some
yeah. They're like,
cards.
sure.
You
in
sit
for a
down.
few
Oh,
hands.
I'm done. Shit. No.
So you guys are over there playing cards. They're like,
Now, gentlemen, watch this here fella. He's a little slick sometimes with these cards.
Oh, easy.
how about some partnership whist? Bridge?
I want
Go Rummy?
to play some BS with the Pinochle deck. That's what I want to do.
So you guys start playing cards. Copperhead's just kind of hanging out at the bar.
Annie, boo.
Lillianne walks through the saloon car and keeps going back. So
Roll your. Can she make a roll to see if she's being glared at or not?
yeah, if you want. Are you glaring at her?
Mhm.
Are you trying to overawe her or something?
No, just staring as she walks by, almost like he's kind of annoyed with her,
Okay.
and see if she notices or not.
Yeah. Go ahead and cognition. If you have keen, you can add that.
Well, I don't think so. Where would that be?
It's an edge.
No, I don't think I have that edge.
Keen.
Yeah, no, I don't have that.
Okay. So just a cognition check. And you're being pretty blatantly obvious about it.
Not trying to be.
Not trying to be.
Yeah.
Target number of 5.
5.
Okay. Yeah, you do see Kelvin giving you the stink eye.
She just kind of. She winked at him.
Oh, she winked at you? Okay, so she winks at you and walks on.
Yeah.
So, all right. You're going to make it through the next couple cars and back to that baggage car. And it is, you go through and open the door, ka-chug, 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 you're outside. So when you get to the other one, it's like open the door and go inside. Just the whole thing. You get back to that baggage car. It's the first one. And out right next to the door, kind of leaning against it, but
Is stone.
yeah, you see the shoulder of a Smith and Robards guy, and it looks like he's talking to somebody seated across from him inside. So you go up to the door. He's kind of leaning against it, so you'd have to knock to get him to let you in or something. So he kind of turns and he nods, opens the door. Ma'am?
Bang! Oh.
Bow, 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 bow. No, I'm just kidding.
This is a stick up!
Everything's... I was just checking to see if you guys were doing fine. Need anything?
Not really, not right now. Pretty boring back here. Easy detail, I hope.
Well, it would be nice.
Yeah, it would be.
I didn't see that man, so...
Yeah. They're like, nope, everything seems fine. Equipment's all there.
Okay. All 10 boxes.
It's like, yep, all 10 boxes.
Okay.
Yeah, all 10 boxes.
Shove. Yeah.
So they're like, did you need to take an inventory, or do you know what's in these crates? Has anybody told you yet?
No, not
Oh.
exactly. I just want to be extra. Want to be an extra set of eyes.
Oh, okay. Well,
You know,
if you need any,
Explorer Society. I
Philip
just want to
Monroe.
make sure everything goes smoothly.
right? Well, if you need any of the manuals to read up on, let us know. We'll get them for you.
Olaf's horse is in one of the crates.
Manuals.
In the nostril.
Well, yeah, they got instruction manuals in case you need to use them. Always helpful to read them before you use them.
Some assembly.
And you see, here's what you have in the crates, and here's what you have manuals for. If I can find the one. Okay, the first manual is for
The
flotation device,
flesh lantern.
For the
or
flotation.
flotation vest is what it's called. That's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
There.
If that's one of the first two they hand me, I'll just.
Well, you can choose because there's a couple. There's only a few. The next one is owl eye goggles. There's a force amplification mace and a mechanical skeleton.
Hell.
So you get those manuals, and where do you head? Do you head back to your room to read them? Okay, so you're going to go back to your room.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, what did I say, about 3 o'clock by now?
Yeah, by now.
So you guys in the saloon playing cards, Copperhead's in there. You notice the Australian guy comes in and kind of goes up, orders I'll have a whiskey. So he orders a whiskey and kind of next to Copperhead, who's leaning backwards on the bar just watching you guys play, and he kind of looks over. Good day. Howdy. He's Copperhead. Just
Howdy.
You're like, what you drinking? Beer? Whiskey? So anyway, he's talking to Copperhead. You guys are just playing cards, but you do hear him having a conversation as you finish up a hand. So the two guys are kind of like, well, we're going to take a break for a bit. Thanks for playing.
No problem.
Go
If you wanna
get a
play
bite to
again,
eat. Maybe we'll come back again.
I know.
So
I'll probably go to the bar and introduce myself.
okay. He's like, oh, good to meet you.
Shake his hand.
Dr. Bruce Smith.
Calling for help or something.
He ordered food while I was up there using the bathroom,
Oh.
so I think it might be being delivered.
Oh.
I'll eventually, and people seem to be done talking with me,
Yeah.
head back through, kind of nod my head to Woody as I pass him through in that car, and head on back to the my cabin, whatever
Bunk.
it's called, the bunk.
Yeah.
And actually, I'll be sitting in the cabin and doing some quiet Bible reading.
Okay. Sounds good. So you go back and read. Cobb, you staying up in the dining car for a bit?
Yeah, I'm staying there, and then I'm gonna. What's her last name? Sophia's
Miller.
Millard.
Miller.
Miller.
Like Frank Miller.
Okay. Frank Miller's here.
Awesome.
I'm gonna ask him some questions.
Yeah. Why can't you draw well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll probably go over if she's ever a moment by herself or whatever.
Yeah. She's probably up at the bar near Haskins, but just kind of watching the conversation.
I kind of wander up there, probably before I retire to
Okay.
the cabin for a while. I was Miller, wasn't it?
Yes.
And it was probably look over at Haskin. He's not listening or anything like
No.
that.
No, he's involved.
So you're probably not too familiar with Felix. What's his last name?
Coromont.
Corma?
Coromont.
Cormont.
Like the bird.
Yeah. She's like, well, I've heard Edgar talk about him, but I've never met him. No.
I imagine that's why you probably lasted so many questions about us.
She kind of guiltily smiles and says, yes.
You know, I imagine that's a wise thing to do. Tell me, these, well, when we departed here, that fella, and one that we think that hired those men, he was out on the dock watching us.
Really? Did he look familiar to you at all?
Only by the description that man gave us.
But we don't know who he is or why he hired them other to get the items. Or why
Well-
he wants the items.
Well, I imagine he's still looking for them if he came to the train.
But you didn't see him board the train.
No. Imagine he, well, can't say it's for sure why he wouldn't have boarded the train. I'm pretty sure we were already departing, weren't we?
Yeah, you were already rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were.
So-
We were looking out the window and saw him.
So, yeah, so I'm not exactly sure what he may have been thinking or what. Maybe he just found out that his men struck out, possibly. But exactly how long, I'm not familiar with these territories around here. Are you?
A little bit, yeah.
How easy would be it for him to catch up to us?
Well, I don't know. I guess it depends on how soon he could get a train going the same direction, but Denver Pacific doesn't usually have a lot of trains going to Cedar City.
What
unless
about
there's a-
horse?
Maybe. Might probably take at least a day or two to catch up to us at Cedar City. And we're probably only going to be there for maybe a day.
But a man with money could buy extra horses
Could.
and run them down to death.
If he's that desperate, maybe. But knowing this information, when we get into town, we're just making some simple arrangements and then heading out, picking up the wagons and heading down to Meadow Valley Marsh. We could hasten that a little bit. I don't know if he's going to be able to run his horses as fast as his train will get us there. Any luck, we'll be gone before he gets there. Now, that doesn't stop him from asking anyone who saw us.
Exactly from sea to city. Exactly how are we going?
We're going to take the wagons down to Meadow Valley Marsh, which is a stream, and we're going to load up on a few barges and travel probably most of the evening. And either late that night or early in the morning, we'll depart the barges and travel overland to Cliffside, a
All right, Brenda.
mining community.
With the wagons or without the wagons?
With the wagons. It's easier to travel with the wagons on the barges and go overland through that area.
Oh, no, I understand that.
No.
Is there ever going to be a point where we're not going to be able to use those wagons?
Yeah, I'm sure once we get into the Grand Canyon proper, once we get to the Colorado River, we might be able to follow it a bit. Then we're going to have to go on foot.
What about mules and such?
Yeah, we could use mules, but it's still going to be... If we're going into these caverns that we've heard about, I don't know if the mules be able to take us in there. If we find these caverns and go underground, that'll definitely be on foot.
Well, I kind of nod.
And she kind of... If we find these caverns.
These caverns have a name?
Not that I'm aware of. If they do, the natives down there, the native people know, but I don't know if we have a name for them.
Well, as long as we can get a name from them, it might be useful.
That's what we're hoping. She says,
What
yeah,
people are down there?
Havasupai Indians. And I'm hoping to be able to talk to them.
Do you speak their language?
The Indian sign, I know a little bit of their language, but it's a different dialect. But the Indian sign should suffice, I hope, if they will speak to us. But I can...
I kind of smile and I go, well, I'm quick to pick up languages.
Okay. Well, you guys can spend the next couple hours and she'll show you Indian sign. You have Gift of Gab,
Yes,
don't you?
I do.
So, okay. So we'll do that. All right. Okay. Back in the saloon car.
Real
Oh,
quick.
yeah.
When I got to my room with those two manuals,
Yeah.
I will remember that Bo and Kelvin were both interested in that skeleton.
Yeah, I don't know if they were interested.
Kelvin wasn't. Kelvin was just making a comment on it could be useful on a farm.
Right.
Useful on a farm. Okay,
Yeah.
well then, Bo. So before I actually go back into my
Bet
room,
like shucking corn in your exoskeleton suit.
I'll go see if I can find. I saw Bo in the
He's in the saloon car.
saloon car.
Yeah.
I'll go see if I can entice him away from the card game.
Well, I already am.
Yeah.
Card game broke up.
So basically, as you walk back in, you see him over at the bar with Copperhead and Kelvin. You went to the bar too? Or what'd you do?
Well, the other card players in there got something to eat, right?
They were getting something to eat.
So I
Yeah.
probably went with them
Oh, okay.
up to the dining car.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you go up to there. You see Sophie and Cobb sitting at a table, and she's showing him sign language or something
We're
like
flipping
that.
each other off. It's weird.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you see Copperhead and Bo up at the bar with that doctor-looking fella,
Did we? What was his name again?
Bruce Smith,
Bruce Smith. So what is he?
a doctor.
He is just.
He's like, well, I'm a doctor of physical and mental afflictions and healing. And he kind of says, the mental stuff is a little unique. Like, he's kind of describing what some shamans do, like Native American shamans. But last you checked, there really aren't that many Indians in Australia.
Well,
But-
I'll move the conversation that way, speaking about what I kind of know, and it's like it sounds that is just
he's like, let me ask you this. Do you believe in shamanism and
Well, of course,
rituals and
yeah.
favors of the
If there's a paycheck,
guardians? Nice one.
Dennis, if there's a paycheck involved.
Favors involving guardian spirits.
Will you tell me about the Twinkie?
Yeah.
It's massive.
No, yeah, of course, yes, very much so. I've even dealt with such things. So
He kind of looks around, notices nobody's in here, and the bartender's not paying attention. Copperhead's just listening. He's like,
no matter Mr. Copperhead, he's dealt with this sort of thing himself.
And Frank.
it probably takes another.
Frank.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Frank. He's like, in Australia, we have Aborigines, the native people of that homeland. And I've studied with them. I got my doctorate, and I am a doctor, a surgeon. I can do general medicine and surgery and things like that. I brought that knowledge to some of the Aborigines in the area, and they recognized my healing capabilities and took me in. And I learned things about their way of healing that I never would have thought of. So they took me in and actually initiated me as one of their shaman.
A doctor. Doctor Who.
Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Doctor Who.
Well, that's very interesting.
It's
equally rare here that you ever find something like that.
yeah, not very many of us Aussies here.
Well,
but
just
they-
the fact somebody goes native, I guess.
Oh. Yes, I did for about 2 years. I did, and it was very enlightening. I still reply mainly on my surgery here. I mean, I can sing and play me didgeridoo, but it doesn't really help.
Excuse me?
It doesn't really get a bullet out of you any quicker.
I should play
I'm
it hard.
sorry. I mean,
Oh, and you know, yeah, when he says didgeridoo, sorry, I should have mentioned he has a walking stick.
yeah.
And it's like a big round walking stick. And it's got some kind of neat markings on it.
Yeah.
And he's got it leaning up against the bar.
I'm sorry. You're what?
Me didgeridoo. So, yeah, he plays it for a minute, and then he's like,
May I see that? That is intriguing.
yeah.
I'm probably looking at it.
It's actually like clang.
No,
It's made of a really hard wood.
I'm just kind of looking it over.
He's like, that's eucalyptus wood. Very sturdy, very tough.
Is it special? Kind of wink.
Oh, no, just useful for rituals. There's nothing magic about it.
I just kind of look at the designs and.
So one of the designs that goes kind of half the length of it looks like this, kind of like a feathered snake, but it's like different colors, like reds and blues and oranges and yellows and greens, and it looks like it's surrounded by waves. It's like that. There's the rainbow serpent. That's the spirit that I follow. It's an earth creator spirit involved in healing.
Interesting. He's generally interested.
He's
in
like,
talking about.
I guess you could say that's me. It's my guardian spirit.
And I'm familiar with that.
Yeah, Native Americans have a guardian spirit, like
I'll see.
bear, coyote, raven.
But I don't think there is such a thing here. So maybe there are spirits indigenous to the continent in which you are at.
Well, they
or
are,
at least-
but they are all nature spirits. So
Let's see.
I've actually called upon it here, and it's your connection to the earth that draws it. So as long as I'm on Earth, I guess I've got my spirit. Well, maybe I'll talk to this Dr. Haskins. You say his name is Haskins?
Yes, indeed.
Maybe I'll have a chat.
It's Philip Morris. Who's the guy?
Everybody's Philip Morris.
Well, I guess it'd probably be good to have a surgeon on board in case it is trouble. But
I suppose. Don't know if I can help you fall off a cliff. I'll try.
might be a grand adventure. It's all those reporters I hear about.
Mm-hmm.
Well, nice meeting you, and thank you for letting me see your didgeridoo.
Smiles.
Thanks for whipping
Well,
that out.
it's a rather large one. I
quite-
hope
it's quite
you're
impressive.
impressed.
Well, I was.
Good.
I feel strange playing it, fondling it in front of you, but you know. If
Oh,
you're
you're
all
not
right with it.
you're not blowing on me didgeridoo, mate. I just showed it to you.
Well, all right.
He goes up to talk to Dr. Haskins. So, and just about then, you see, coming in the other way, you see Lillianne coming in, giving you the come hither look.
Give me who the come hither look.
Bo.
Yes. Yes. I walk over. Hello. How are you, my dear?
Well, fine. I thought I might have something that would interest you.
Oh, well, I appreciate that.
He just dropped all his cards on the floor.
Yep, I sure did. I was in shock. She really wants to show me something. Well, I certainly would like to see whatever you have.
Well, I thought you might like to come back to my room. And
Well,
You hear somebody cough at the bar. Copperhead's like, kind of sets a drink down like, wow.
well, ma'am, I mean, I do enjoy your company quite dearly. I did not think that we had become such acquaintances to accompany you back to the room that you share with Cobb, and I don't know if I feel comfortable with that now that I think about it.
Reverend, I need you to plug your ears, close your eyes, just ignore anything going on.
oh, I'll have something for Cobb later, but right now,
My word!
Good Lord. Oh, yeah.
that's from the.
Talking about TikTok, yeah. It's ridiculous. You can't do
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
You can't say anything anymore on TikTok.
Well, like Helen Copperhead, well, please proceed.
Copperhead just looks like, good luck.
Actually, while I'm standing there, I just hold up this manual
All
for
right.
the skeleton, the mechanical skeleton.
All right. Well, whatever you're into is fine with me.
This is one of part of the equipment that we have available on this train. Might be nice to learn how to use it before we have to.
You want me to go fetch it? We'll use it now.
I just want you to read and learn.
All right. We go back to your cab then.
Yes, these are under my care for right now. I want to make sure that they don't get lost, stolen.
Oh! I can't look through the brochure. Ah, see, yes! This is indeed a good plan. Yep. I'm going to take a bit of a walk for a minute. I'll be right back. I'm going to get a drink. I'll be right back.
Cobb and I stay in cabin 14A.
Okay. Drink.
I don't think the train has any cold showers.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
So you walk right back through
All
the
it has
door
is
and
cold
Copperhead's
showers.
like, that was damn fast.
Well, I'm getting older, but she wants to show me some of the manuals, and she's in charge of them. She don't want to see them out beside. But I'm assuming that she. Never mind. Give me a drink. I gotta
He's
walk
like-
this off.
Oh, pours you a drink. You have my sympathy, Bo.
Oh well, I just ain't got it like I used to. And then I'll come back and look through the.
Okay.
What is it?
It's a mechanical skeleton, and it's the big suit that you guys saw at the Smith and Robards showroom.
Yeah, like the one that Ripley wore. And
Yeah, it's like the big
You were asking about
exoskeleton.
it last week.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Okay. I go, oh, very intriguing.
Okay.
I figure it out, or is it kind of
Well, it'll take you. You'll probably have to read the rest of for a few days to study
a few
it.
days.
Well, basically, you read it for a day, but to actually operate the thing, you might want to study it. So at the end of like a day or two, you can roll to see if you understand it, and then if you want, you can put points in drive a mechanical skeleton.
Oh, I see.
So you almost have to
Buy the
learn
skill.
it. You have to role play learning this, and then maybe practice it, and then buy the skill.
I see.
So, I mean, it's not like you're going to read this and then go strap in. Yeah, that's how it works. You'll
Does
take
that-
time.
Does that take same for all the gear, basically?
Some are smaller, some are easier, like the owl eye goggles. Put it on, don't look in the light. Okay, basically.
Yeah.
This one is like strap this, watch out for this, make sure the boiler's secure, blah, 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 blah. The flotation device seems like it might be pretty easy. The force amplification mace, simple in principle, but here's how to fix it if it breaks, that kind of thing.
I got you. Okay.
So they're all a little bit different. This one is the most complex.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I tell you, it's probably going to take a while to read this. So, I mean,
Well, skim through it. Remember as much as you can. At least you get a foot up on the rest of us.
all right. Well, okay.
So
He'll
Back
cruise
to-
that for a bit and then be like, well, let's go get something to eat.
yeah, it's probably about, by now it's probably like 6 or 7, so
I'll
it
hand
is
it back
getting
to you.
dinner time.
I want everybody to learn whatever they need.
I want a flotation device.
Oh, you want to learn the float? Well, you guys can swap amongst yourselves, but I was going to offer you
We'll trade out when I'm done reading.
the force amplifying mace. Would you like to read about the force amplifying mace?
What is it like?
You're coming over to my cabin?
Yes.
Oh. Oh, I look up my Bible reading and
Yeah, Bible sleeping.
Thought this might interest you.
this is a what now?
It's the manual for a force amplifying mace. It's something that is coming from Smith and Robards that we're hauling on the
Totally
expedition.
Olaf. Well, I guess I'll read the Bible, the
Yeah,
Book
so,
of
you know,
Peace.
start
Here's a
looking
force
over this
amplification
one.
mace.
I kind of get out of my gear. I get out a notebook thing. Making notes.
Here you go.
Start photocopying it.
Yes.
So, all right, basically.
You don't want the ally goggles. You want the flotation device.
Yeah,
I read the flotation device, give it to him. He gives me the ally goggles. I'll read the ally goggles.
Oh, okay.
Those two are pretty simple.
But I'm already doing something actually, so
Yeah. So,
Yeah, just before we get off the train, you can give them back to me. And
yeah. And you've got a journey ahead of you, so you've still got time to read these things. So,
Probably by the end of it, we'll all know exactly what to do with everything.
What the hell
Probably.
is that thing anyway? He's copying. Force application maze.
well, I can describe it because you're all going to read it.
Okay.
So, basically, the force amplification mace is a handle, like an axe handle, about this long. And it has a stop here and a stop here. In between is an iron ring. And it's got like a little pneumatic lever and a spring. So basically when you swing this thing, it kind of fires off. So the iron ring goes to the end and it like follows through.
So it makes the swing.
And then when you draw back, it kind of clicks back on this stop and resets itself. So every time you swing, that iron ring is swinging as well. So when you use this, it will amplify your strength
Right.
to hit and stuff like that. Now, there are malfunctions that it warned you about.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah, I'll tell you about those when you use it.
Oh, just dislocated my rotator cuff.
Yeah. The owl eye goggles are basically for seeing in the dark. It's a series of mirrors and lenses. And what it does is it amplifies ambient light. But if you look at it like anything brighter than a candle, it's like, ah! So make sure it's in dark.
Whoo!
And it's not absence of light, very dim light. So if you're in a pitch black area,
Yeah,
it's not going to
yeah.
work.
Right.
But if there's any kind of light coming, it'll amplify it. So, and they're basically, that's what they do. And then, of course, the mechanical skeleton you saw.
So you use the ally goggles with the flash lantern. That way you got a little bit of light to look around.
And you notice on the manuals, it has a little circle like somebody hand wrote, like flotation device ×9,
Oh, how many we got?
ally goggles
How many we have of them?
×9,
Right.
force amplification mace 1,
Right.
mechanical skeleton 1.
Right.
So
How many we
you've-
have of them?
Yeah, so they've bought enough of the flotation device and ally goggles for all of you guys. But there's only one amplification mace and one mechanical skeleton.
And that's everything pretty much.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what they supplied you with. Aside from just normal camping, climbing gear,
like 1,000
into tents.
1,000
Nine tents.
pancake flipper
Yeah,
jacks.
That
Oh,
was
that's
nice.
sleeping
friggin'
bags.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's what I was really wanting was that thing.
But as far as the mad science gear, that's what you get. So anyway, you guys go back to the dining car and pretty much have dinner. You spend most of the time doing that. It gets to roll around to be about 10 o'clock at night. Dr. Haskins is given a couple more, well, probably finishing up an interview, and Sophie's kind of like, well, I'm going to retire. And he's like, oh, I'll be there soon, momentarily. We're just finishing up. So she's going to go back to bed. Copperhead's kind of like, well, it's been a long, boring day. I think I'm going to turn in too. If we got a lot of traveling ahead of us tomorrow,
I think I'm going to go to bed with you.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we had dinner and everything, right? So.
yeah, you had dinner and your after dinner smokes
Did,
and brandy and whatever you want.
The Australian talked to him, the professor.
Probably didn't get a chance. He didn't want to interrupt with the reporters. So, but
If I get a chance, I'll mention to the bodyguard first.
Sophie, yeah, she's like, oh, well, he was talking about having someone who could help with that kind of thing. We don't really have a doctor on the expedition.
I'll go and fetch him and bring him
Okay.
over.
It wouldn't hurt to have someone like that. I think I could sort out whether or not he's
On the up and up.
on the up and up.
You seem to have a keen eye about people too, so I thought maybe talk to you two. Well, definitely,
All
I'll
right.
go fetch him.
All right.
I'll kind of bring him over and introduce him.
He's stone drunk. He's no, he's
got a knife. I'll cut that.
no. He walks over and he's like, "Good day, good day,
At night.
good day, good day. How's it going?"
I can't.
Introduce him.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you introductions all around. Sophie's like, "So you're a doctor?" He's like, "Yes, I'm a doctor. Doctor of surgery and healing and other afflictions."
I hear that you are interested in joining us.
Well, it sounds exciting. Never been to the Grand Canyon. Always look for something new. I've heard of the Explorer Society. I probably should have joined up, but I didn't. Sounds like it could be entertaining, enlightening, useful, and maybe I can be of help.
You don't mind if I ask you a few questions?
No. My life's an open book. Yes, I'm evil.
Do I need to roll?
Yeah, roll.
Yeah. We'll get rid of these.
I have my hand on my gun.
So I'm what you call a demon.
Actually, when I go back, because he's probably back there in the saloon.
He's actually up in the dining car waiting to talk to Dr. Haskins this whole time.
Is Copperhead in this room too?
Yeah, Copperhead probably came up here. He's tired of being alone in the saloon.
Yeah. I probably nudged him over just to kind of. We're gonna tell him, and we're gonna scrutinize this guy, so be ready in case.
This guy looks like he's like 52 and kind of like not in the best shape. He's got the little pot belly.
Is that this the
doctor?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's got his walking stick. He's just like, "Good day, how's it going?" And I'm like, "Oh, that sounds lovely." And Copperhead's like, "I'll draw a bead on him."
Good.
He looks like the most innocent guy ever. But anyway, yeah, go
I
ahead.
rolled a 29.
What does he have to roll? Spirit.
Spirit.
Okay.
You might have it.
29.
Technically, he can roll for every question.
Okay.
So,
Ask away.
You alive?
yeah. He goes, are you in any way interested in stealing or acquiring artifacts that don't belong to you while on this expedition?
No, not at all. If they don't belong to me, why would I have them?
Are you looking for anybody that might be interested in acquiring these devices?
Self-employed doctor.
Do you ever communicate with evil spirits?
Not on purpose.
It's like Tim Conway. We're talking to Tim Conway.
I looked at Sophia. Is there anything else you want me to ask? I figure those are the basic things.
Even though we just met, would you back us up, be loyal and honest with us, especially during a fight? He's like,
I don't know if I got to repeat it or not, but
yeah, well, that's fine. You can.
yeah.
He's like, yeah, I heard. Yeah, well, of course, if I'm traveling with you, you got to watch your blokes, right? You have
Yeah, boomers.
you got to take care of the blokes and the Sheilas. Yeah.
He goes, do you know anyone that's on this expedition that you might hold a grudge against?
Not yet. I hope you're all nice.
So it all seemed,
Yeah, he's blatantly, he had no problem. He rolled a 5.
yeah.
So he's very honest. He just seems like he's like, well, this sounds fun.
Yeah, and even if they plan on lying, they know they're being forced to tell the truth. So
Yeah.
it's
No, he didn't even.
so he doesn't even blink to it. Okay.
No.
So I'll imagine he is seems to be pretty up and up.
The wizard shelf has joined us.
It's them
Oh,
boys.
hey.
Hello.
It's them boys. Well, good old boys.
Our sponsor for the night.
That's awesome.
We mentioned you at the beginning.
That's
We will
right.
definitely have to make a trip up there, even though I hate driving in the Quad Cities. But I will make a trip up there. for you
Moline's
guys.
not bad.
Better than Springfield.
Yeah.
Let me know when you go.
Yeah, that'd be fun. We'll have to come up and invade.
We'll do a real life raid.
There you go. There you go. So yeah, he seems to be on the up and up. So Sophie's like, well, I'm satisfied. I'll talk to Dr. Haskins, see what he says. So
Now, again, it could be dangerous, Doctor, so hope that's all right with you and be a steady
I'm
trap.
from Australia. Lived in the outback for 2 years. That's dangerous.
Is it?
Oh, spiders as big as your hand. So he says he's going to turn in. You notice a lot of the reporters have turned in. Probably on your way in here originally, you did pass the female reporter. I think her name was Catherine Donovan.
Yeah.
She, I like how you two are like, yeah, that's her name.
Yeah.
She kind of like, well, time for me to turn in. Good night, gentlemen.
Turn into what?
Turn into your wet dream.
Kind of nudge Olaf.
Sploosh.
You want to escort her there to Olaf? Or what?
Hey, Didgery just does, according to.
Like, you want to go or me? I'm kind of like looking at you. You want to give her the escort to her room?
I'll do the honors.
Okay.
And
Oh, why thank you. And she
We're over there.
Yeah, at first I was like, what? Oh my
It must be
lord.
that sign language they were learning earlier.
Bo was like, I'm fluent in pervert sign language. This
that
means
was something I did. My word, it didn't work out, didn't it?
Fluent and pervertese.
this means I caught my didgeridoo in the window.
Somebody slammed the door on it.
Now, while he's escorting her that, I'm going to get on the side of the train and look in the window.
Bo's doing the walk down the side of the.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, basically you guys escort her to her room. Eventually everybody's going to kind of return to their cabin for the night. You guys get settled into your cabins.
I kind of talked to Lily. I kind of go, we putting a wash out and about? Or what are you wanting us to do there, my dear?
Well, you mean as far as the crates?
Well, just to train in general, in case that gentleman would show up. I kind of say it to everybody before they're kind of going back into their rooms.
Good.
Wizards. Whap, whap, whap.
takes the Jason and Robards folk. They probably got the train well in hand.
All right. Well,
Unless this fella can fly, I don't think he's going to be jumping on the train tonight.
oh,
That
very well.
fellow that you were all looking for at the bar? You think he's going to be on the train? I haven't seen him.
Well,
That doesn't mean he
he
might
was
not.
standing on the platform staring at the train as it was leaving.
doesn't
Oh,
mean
that
he
is
might
a
not
horse
be
of a
able
different
to,
color.
Acquire himself a airship, perhaps, to chase after us.
Well, I was kind of planning on maybe taking a shift. Yeah, I'm not the most trustworthy. I'm not the most trusting.
That's good.
Well, this just became a bit of a problem, didn't it?
I'm not the most trusting. Just because Smith and Robart says they sent their own guards Yeah.
Well, I can stay up for a while. I'm used to it from the days of the military. Someone wants to relieve me later on. The rest of you can get sleep.
Just watching the baggage car?
Yeah, I've got forbearance.
Oh, okay.
So.
All right. I'll take over for you since it was my idea, my plan to do that anyway.
I was planning on staying up reading a little bit from the Bible. So.
Some fun people.
Yeah. Do you gonna need a third shift for the morning, or you two got it?
That would be up to her.
You want to take 3 hours? I'll take 3 hours. You take.
I can do that.
You take 8 hours?
You take 8 hours.
Yep, I can do that.
That'll be fine then.
I'm used to sleeping with one eye open anyway.
It's true. It's creepy as shit.
Yeah.
The worst part is you sleep standing up with one eye open. When you wake up, it's like...
With a gun in each hand?
Right,
I don't get
on
it.
each hand. I'm just so confused at night. I roll over and... Ah!
So, okay. Well, you guys set up your shifts and...
And I'll probably just sit in the dining car.
Okay.
Get some coffee made before they shut down.
Oh, yeah. They'll make it. Okay, so
pots,
the
please.
sleeping bunks, there's... The front was Edgar and Sophie, and you and Copperhead were directly across.
Mm-hmm.
And then behind... Who was at the back? Somebody was at the back, wasn't they? Weren't they?
Dining car.
Oh, you wanted to be at the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, closest to... Yeah, our cabin was closest to the dining car.
Okay, and that's you and Lillianne.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Olaf and
Probably
Bo, probably in the middle,
Yeah,
on
no.
one side or the other. Okay.
I'll probably peruse in the manual.
Okay. Well, after about 10 minutes of getting settled in,
The train blows up.
you two hear a at the door of your
Ours?
bunk, or door of your little cabin.
Okay.
Why stand
Oh,
up?
okay. Well,
We haven't gone to sleep yet, right?
Huh?
We haven't gone to sleep.
No, it's only been 10 minutes since you got to your room, so you're like settling down, like,
I'll answer the door.
Okay, you answer it. It's Dr. Haskins and Sophie's behind him.
Oh, please.
Kind of with this
Ooh.
sorry look on her face. But he's like,
Take the ball gag out.
he's like,
Bo's just hung from the ceiling. All shibari-like.
They want a little bit of swing play.
This was Swedish shibari night in the cabin. Sorry, you came at the wrong time.
he's like, I really hate to impose or
Well, come on in. What's the problem?
Come in.
he walks in kind of sheepishly and she follows. He's like, I feel silly, but I just can't sleep this way. She's like, just ask. It's like, my cabin is on the east side of the car. Yours is on the west side.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I switch cabins?
You don't like to see the rising sun?
It's the movement of the train. Somehow the movement is different.
I kind of start gathering my, of course, Professor. Whatever works for you is necessary.
I would greatly appreciate it. I would greatly appreciate it. And Sophie kind of like,
Fine.
you'll have to excuse him. He's like, yes, I know. I have eccentricities, but I can't overcome it sometimes. So I thank you so much. I thank you. Is there anything I can do for you? Let me know.
Give me a didgeridoo. Oh.
Well, that's fine. That's fine, Professor. Genius comes in its own ways and forms. So
Well, I wish it didn't take this form, but thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes,
He kind of shakes both your hands and he's like, I can help you carry your stuff if you need.
no, please, indeed.
And you notice when you go out, he's already got his suitcases like outside the door. Like, I hope they say yes.
All right.
You guys take a few minutes and switch cabins.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, okay. So everybody's kind of relaxed. You're up in the dining car. You're kind of taking a nap for now, waiting for your shift. Copperhead probably takes a nap so he can get his shift. Or are you probably going to
I'm sleeping.
Okay. So after about an hour, you up in the dining car. Pretty boring. Nobody up here. You're reading the book. Every once in a while, one of the waiters will come in, just check on you. Need anything, sir?
Poke you. Still alive?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just kind of like they check on you, but that's about it. You do see at one point The cook comes in and starts making some sandwiches and stuff like that. He doesn't really say much except for good evening. Goes about his business, and then after about half an hour, one of the Smith and Robards guys comes in, and he's putting them in paper bags. And he's like, "Thanks, we appreciate it." He's like, "No, you boys eat up. If you're hungry again, let me know." He's like, "Thank you." And he looks like he grabs up the thing. He's like, "Evening, Father." Kind of walks by with a big sack lunch, armful of sack lunches that he walks back through. There's probably another guy with him who's opening the door for him. So 2 Smith and Robards guys. Probably a little after.
Butler, it's a cook.
And after he's done with that, he looks like he's making more sandwiches or something like that with some extra things. Pretty soon, a Union soldier comes in from that very back car, and he does the same thing. Like, "Well, thanks, sir. Appreciate it." He takes the food back to the soldiers.
Trip him. No.
He's like, "Reb?" So he walks back, and then probably after that, nothing much is going on. You two.
So, Olaf, did I notice you're like copying almost the thing verbatim?
Well, by then I would have been done, probably.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
Taking keynotes.
I had gone through the thing, and for future information sending back home, all the
Well, I can't.
on that, and then then put my notes back in the thing. By the time you got there, probably I would have.
Did you already get the manual back to her, or is it already still in?
I may still have it.
I probably looked through it all.
Yeah.
Kind of go like that. I'm like, I said, "You were taking a lot of notes on this, right?" Oh,
Well, as an engineer from the artillery, and if I've got that engineering background, things like that always interested me.
all right. I already rolled for it, but it has like a schematic picture or something.
Yeah, it's got like schematic drawings and kind of like your, close-ups. Here's how you strap your arm in, that kind of
So
thing.
the page that has more of the schematic, I have copy.
Okay.
So I cast that. And I
Okay.
go, well, this might help you.
The one he has is force amplifier maze.
Yeah.
Maze. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so that one shows the diagram of how it works.
Yeah. I'll probably
That's
use
like
that
the
to copy that
centerfold.
page.
It's got the hot Manitow chick.
Boo.
I kind of look like I kind of messed with something over there, and I kind of hand him and say, here's a more detailed copy for yourself. It's almost verbatim.
Quite exacting.
Yeah.
Nobody knew that Bo's
Put in
other
my satchel with my.
his
I
father
can't
was
put
a
that.
The cards actually light up.
There's like a green light. Here you go. Ooh. But I kind of go, yeah. I haven't used that in a long while. I just didn't know if I still had the touch. But I kind of look over like, Father ain't listening, is he?
After about an hour or two for you guys in the room,
You end up needing a copy, though. Let me know. I can
Probably
try to do
during the hours, I probably kind of walk
down the halls. through
down the halls and stuff.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Doesn't look like anything's happening too much. But about 11:30, almost midnight, you two are probably
Oh, yeah, we're out.
yeah.
Hopefully so. Not going
Roll.
thrash.
Roll your cognitions.
Everybody? Or?
Nope, just those two.
Ooh, I got a 9.
Where's my Cobb? There was 312s.
Here we go. Ding, 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 ding. Lily, you wear a wig? She comes out with that.
Comes out with bright purple hair. Oh, sorry. I forgot my
It
wig.
starts to
Okay.
give me a headache. I gotta take it off.
I hear you.
17.
I think it'd be.
17.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Well, he's gone. Don't forget to check
summon
out
them out of Manitow.
our link tree. Go to our link tree on any of our social media. You can find all of our other social media platforms and things that we stream on every day. So, like our YouTube channel, which is an archive of all of our live streams in chronological order in the playlists where you can follow all of the storylines of every game we play.
For the last 4 years.
The last 400 years we've been doing that, and there's some great things coming up. Keep an eye out for that. We did put a teaser out about something happening in March. that you're going to have to keep an eye out for. And we're talking about doing some other cool things as well. So keep an eye on everything that we have going on, because we will update all of our friends and fans with everything we're doing as soon as we can.
That's right.
Yeah.
I believe Wednesday, let me look on the date here. Wednesday the 19th. You need to be watching our Twitch stream, because something is going to happen.
What's going to happen?
I can't tell you. It's a big secret.
We're hoping.
And also, we have been trying to reach the winner of our... we've been trying to reach the winner of our Twitch contest, and they have not gotten back to us. So, by the end of tonight, if they haven't responded, by next Tuesday, we are going to run the contest again. So if you were not in the contest last time we did this, you can actually get in it again by putting dice in the chat. Not tonight, but next Tuesday.
Just typing dice.
Typing dice. D-I-C-E.
On Twitch.
Not lice, dice.
If you were already in
Nice.
it, you're going to be in it again. But if you were not in it before and you're just learning about this, you can do it again. If this person doesn't get a hold of us by
Dr.
tonight.
Bone Mommy, this is your last chance.
Calling Dr.
Bring
Bone
your
Mommy. Dr.
prize.
Bone Mommy to the x-rays, please. Bone Mommy.
Howard, Dr. Fine, Dr. Howard. Dr. Bone Mommy.
Well, speaking of bone money.
Bone Money.
Bone Money?
Yeah.
Bone money.
Not for the prostitutes.
All right. I can't help it.
So there's a flush from your wardrobe closet, and the doctor comes out. Mom, my bloody teeth were floating. No. So you got a 17, you got a 9.
Yep.
Okay. You're both kind of laying there, and you actually wake up because you hadn't slept well anyway, but with the 17, you hear what sounds like the train track. The train gets a little louder for a minute, like somebody opened a window. You know that. Then the window, it went quiet again. You're just kind of like, what was that?
Oh, do you hear that?
Wake
Oh, thanks, Wizard Shelf. So if we run this contest again, he's going to toss in a $5 store credit at the Wizard Shelf for the contest winner. And
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
that's awesome. Thank you.
Here, Bo. You're like, huh? What?
Do you hear that? Sound like someone had opened the window. The train had gotten louder. See if there's anything.
Well, it sounded like the
going
window in your room, in your cabin. Not outside. It was in your cabin. That's what woke you up.
on. Well, I immediately pull the curtain back to look,
Okay.
see if there's
Well,
anybody in our room.
when you wake up, your room is dark. It's nighttime. So you're going to run over to the curtain, the window? Because you'll
Well,
probably
yeah,
have
I'm
to
gonna check out the window, definitely, yeah.
make a nimbleness check. -4 because you're running through a dark room that you're really not familiar with.
Mikey's checking.
be,
We're on. I think it was off for
Can't,
just a
I
second.
can't. There's no way for me to check my phone.
-5 altogether. Pop. So 10.
Okay. You kind of deftly step over your own suitcase and you're like, whoa. You get over to the window and kind of move the curtain. You don't see anything. The window is a little open and you thought you closed it, but it's open like that much. But
It's on cue.
Toss it open and stick my head out and look out
okay.
up above.
Don't really see anything. Bo, what are you doing?
I'm going to kind of, I got my pistol there, so I kind of grab it and I'll turn the light on.
Nothing happens.
Okay.
Light doesn't come on, or the
Light doesn't come on.
okay. That's what it means when nothing happens. Okay.
All right. So, can I cast Hex Sense?
You can.
Okay. Like in the room.
Yep.
It's got to be stone. Just checking on y'all, making sure you're tucked in good and tight.
Are you enjoying your ride on the Denver Pacific this evening? Because you're about to crash. Let's see.
I got nothing.
You got nothing?
Nope.
Okay.
And then, if I can, after that, it says, lights is off.
No shit, Sherlock.
No, the switches ain't working.
Okay.
Look a bit.
Next time we start, we go into rounds.
Oh.
Oh,
Good one.
You know I love leaving a cliffhanger.
Yes, you
thank
do.
you.
Good job. All right, folks. Well, that's it for us tonight. Thank you for tuning in. We are the Raconteur Society. Make sure you check out all of our social media to see what we're playing next week. Now for the thank yous. Thank you to Dale for running the game tonight. To the Dragon's Den for hosting.
Yay!
For Mike's technical prowess and investment.
Yay!
For Bobby's technical prowess and editing.
Yay!
And the biggest thanks to all of you who tuned in and watched and are hanging out and hanging with us.
Yes, thank you.
We love our fans. For those of you on Twitch tonight, hang out. We're going to raid somebody here in just a second.
And I want to say what a great job Dale did on his Australian accent.
Thank you.
that was
Yes,
very good.
yes.
Consistent.
Shebe, I'm going
Very
to
good.
send you or Zombie Jesus a message on Facebook. I have a question for you about Steampunk Big River and maybe something that's going to happen before that. So I will try and message you guys tomorrow. So
Okay.
I think
All
I'm
right.
friends with both of you, but
We are going to raid
I'll make sure.
Raid.
Neat McKinley, who is the gentleman that we're trying to help out to get to the United Kingdom.
Oh yeah, cool.
So he can be with his love. So we're going to raid it here and just shortly, if it'll let me.
Can I show what happened? Our new Black Joker pool?
Yeah.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
go
that's
for
cool.
it. While I'm getting
So,
this figured
I did
out.
this a little bit, and in case you pull a Black Joker, what happens when you pull a Black Joker, Dale?
You discard the Joker and your next highest action card.
Oh. So, this is what we're going to be playing.
I have been doing that. It's not working.
Hooray!
Hey, that's so cool.
And we'll see you all next week. Have a good night.
Bye everybody. Thanks for watching.